Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Hi.
Hi.
I'm taking another hit at some point.
Yeah.
This is Genuinely Intoxicated.
Yes, hi. Welcome.
Conspiracy. Welcome to Conspiracy Theories Genuinely Intoxicated.
This is episode 2.
This is episode 2. We're on episode 2.
Yes.
We're high today.
Especially me holding this, like, it's this thing.
Today, we are going to talk about the conspiracy theory that COVID-19 is a bioweapon. That it was designed as a bioweapon.
I've heard that one.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the, like, theories of why it is
lot.
or isn't true.
It's a lot deeper than you'd expect it to be.
Okay.
Shit's kind of
I'm
cool.
intrigued. Okay.
Let's go.
Let's
do it. Let's do this. All right. Science has proven that COVID-19 is an unfortunate virus originally traced back to Wuhan, China, but what still remains unknown to many is how the virus came to be in the first place. The vast majority of scientists in the United States, China, and other nations have agreed that the virus originated in bats, and bats directly infected the population. However, we aren't here to look at the scientific facts. We're here for conspiracy theories. Today, we're going to look into the theory that COVID-19 was engineered as a bioweapon from China against the human population.
What do they have against the whole damn population? Like, this isn't the B-movie. They can't be attacking the entire human race.
This theory began through the chaotic spread of information and/or misinformation on the internet during the early pandemic. The most prominent conspiracy theory is that COVID-19 was a bioweapon by China that was either leaked or released out of a lab to endanger human life. The fact that Wuhan has the only level 4 microbiology lab that is equipped to handle deadly coronaviruses, the National Biosafety Laboratory, which is also part of the Wuhan Institute of Virology, further reinforces this theory. So this is already further into the science than I thought it would be at this point, with this very seemingly stupid theory. Mm-hmm. There's a lot that goes on.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's the only one.
It's the only one, and it just happens to be in. Yeah. It gets weirder. In 2015, Nature Medicine published a study by an international group of researchers, including Shi Zhongli, who in 2019 identified SARS-CoV-2 in Wuhan, on creating a chimeric virus pathogenic to humans. This publication is what initially started speculations that SARS-CoV-2 is a variant of such human-engineered virus. Okay. So, this person, Shi, was already in the process of studying how to create these viruses.
Okay.
Like how to genetically create them.
Yes.
Of some sort. Something like that.
Okay.
And she just happened to be the same person that found it originally. A little fishy there.
Yeah,
She's looking a little fishy.
A little fish swimming in this theory. Let's get to the timeline. On December 26th, multiple Chinese news outlets released reports of an anonymous laboratory technician who made a startling discovery. The sickness was caused by a new coronavirus that was 87% similar to SARS, or severe acute respiratory syndrome. However, it wasn't until January 20th that China confirmed person-to-person transmission. By this date, the case number had already risen to 221 cases, suspiciously high for some people to believe they couldn't have known better by then. 221 cases. Okay. Yeah, well, that's low for now, but at that time, they should have known by then that this was an issue, yes.
An issue that they should have told.
I wish we were at 221.
You're not seeing the broader point here.
They are in a good spot, all right, as far as I'm concerned right now.
This is a point towards the conspiracy theory.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I think, okay, yeah, and they're at a good spot.
No! Okay, you're missing the whole point here. In a January 22nd state media interview, Wuhan Mayor Zheng Xiaowang said he was not authorized by his superiors to disclose the epidemic. I had to look it all up. I looked up each one of these names. I tried my best, but it was a doozy. Wuhan's Communist Party chief Ma Guoqiang, who outranks the mayor. We can't laugh at their names. Those are their names.
I'm not laughing at their names.
You're just laughing at my white ass trying to pronounce it. Wuhan's Communist Party chief Ma Guoqiang, who outranks the mayor, acknowledged his culpability for failing to take, quote, strict preventive measures earlier, end quote. This is another reason why many believe that it may have been an inside job. He was promptly replaced within weeks of this interaction. Ma Guoqiang.
Hey, good job!
He told the press that he knew earlier and was upset that they couldn't get the information out on time. Mm-hmm. And he was the only one to say this.
Okay.
Then he was fired.
Fired?
Yeah.
Or
He's alive. Ma is alive. Importantly, China failed to expeditiously share information with the World Health Organization, or WHO, on the novel coronavirus. For example, China waited until February 14th, nearly 2 months into the crisis, before it disclosed that 1,700 healthcare workers were infected. The experts at WHO were stymied by the Chinese officials for data on hospital transmissions. Throughout all of this, the WHO's credibility is also on the line. After China's attempts to cover up the 2002 SARS epidemic, the rules governing international outbreaks were updated with an eye on accountability. Quote, China should be transparent, and WHO should be transparent with the broader community, said Lawrence Gostin, a professor of global health law at Georgetown University, who also provides technical assistance to the WHO. Quote, this is Health Communication 101. Tell us everything you know, tell us everything you don't know, and tell us what you were doing to find out what you don't know. End quote. WHO's pissed.
Well, yeah. I mean, I would be pissed off too.
Yeah, they're pissed.
Like, if your entire organization is to take care of the health of the entire globe, and this one, like, asshole country is like, no.
During their COVID.
Yeah.
You know, during the one thing that they needed to inform the people on. They're like, we're not going to tell you a thing.
No.
Based on this theory, Freedom Watch, run by Larry Klayman. Look at this man. That man is straight evil. He works for the Freedom Watch. And he's got his sunglasses on.
My personal opinion here is that it's called Freedom Watch to trick people into thinking that they're for freedom. But they're really not. I mean, look at his face, his hair.
Yeah.
Why is his hairline so perfectly receded?
I feel like that's kind of what mine would look like, though. Hold on.
This is perfect.
Yeah, but I think that mine could look like that, too. I think we could Photoshop this together.
Okay, but
I've got the same hairline.
Do we know that that's Photoshopped?
Do we know that that's not me?
Oh.
Based on this theory, Freedom Watch, run by Larry Klayman, filed a lawsuit against Chinese authorities in the U.S. over the coronavirus outbreak. The plaintiff seeks $20 trillion, more than China's GDP, claiming coronavirus is a result of a biological weapon prepared by the Chinese authorities. Larry asks China to give him more than their GDP for, like, infecting the entire world.
How dumb is he?
Larry's like, I'm getting this money.
That's not how money works.
They're going to find that money and they're going to give it to Larry Klayman.
Okay, but we'd have to give it straight back to China because we still owe them literally trillions of dollars.
Yeah. Larry's not really thinking ahead here.
No, he's losing his mind like he's losing his hair.
The plaintiff also alleged that all the defendants were working together to perpetuate an act of international terrorism. These theories were then quickly spread over cable news and social media by primarily U.S. conservative pundits and politicians. Quote, it probably is a Chi-Com laboratory experiment that is in the process of being weaponized. Right-wing radio host and Presidential Medal of Freedom recipient Rush Limbaugh said of the virus on February 24th.
I would like to point out something.
Yeah.
Look at his hairline.
I can't be evil. You can't make me the evil one here.
I'm not making you the evil
one. I have a hairline like that.
Okay, until you are old and have hair like that, you're safe. It would be a cry for help if you ever did that.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna send you a picture. I'm gonna send you a picture in that pose.
Let's go to Fred Meyer. We're gonna get. I got it. I could cut hair.
Quote, all superpower nations weaponize bioweapons, end quote. However, it is increasingly hard to find scientific evidence of this on any front. On Saturday, April 11th, Tom Cotton of Arkansas, a foreign policy hardliner...
I can't say this.
What were you gonna say?
His ancestors were 100% slave owners.
Oh, yeah.
Look at his last name.
Yeah. Cotton.
In Arkansas.
Yeah. Tom Cotton, a Republican in Arkansas.
He looks like one.
Tom Cotton of Arkansas, a foreign policy hardliner and believer in this conspiracy theory, wrote on Twitter, quote, "Since I first learned of the Wuhan coronavirus in mid-January, common sense has been my guide. Not communist lies, not the models, not so-called public health experts, just common sense. Many elected leaders have also been guided by common sense. Others haven't." End quote. You'll find that the whole basis of these people is very, like, Trumpian. It's very, like,
well, yeah.
I don't listen to science, so nothing matters. Yeah. By Tom Cotton. This rumor grew so wide that a few videos where Amazon's Alexas seemed to blame the government for creating coronavirus had gone viral.
Alexa, did the government release the coronavirus?
According to Event 201, the government planned this event, created the virus, and had a simulation of how the countries would react. This simulation occurred October 18th, 2019. The government released the virus among the population and has lost control of the outbreak.
I mean, who could fake that video?
It's Alexa.
There's
no bullshit.
That's
Alexa.
Foolproof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is some. Okay. I fully believe in science, and regardless of how the virus started, like, this is possible.
It's very weird. There's lots of weird things. Amazon was kind of a joke, but, like, overall, there's some points being made here.
It's easy to believe.
Yes. Mostly because we don't trust the government. Don't trust your government, kids.
It's bad.
It's bad.
It's very bad.
It's bad news. These were immediately disproven by both recreation attempts and Amazon themselves, who confirmed that this was fabricated. Similar rumors have also been running rampant in online forums in China. The South China Morning Post on February 20th debunked yet another rumor of the virus escaping the lab in China. Quote, "More rumors swirled online over the weekend, this time that researcher Chen Guangzhou had reported the head of the institute, Wang Yanyi, claiming she had, quote, sold experimented animals to the live animal and seafood market and, quote, leaked the virus from a lab. But Chen denied the claim, saying she was angry that her name had been used to fabricate information. Quote, "The recent rumors about the institute have affected the researchers as they try to tackle key problems," Chen said in a statement. So that was mostly just a point to say that China is aware of rumors and is kind of putting them out into their news cycle too. So it's just all these rumors that China created this are all over.
Yeah.
And China's not necessarily saying we did this in any of them like America is, but they're out there. They're out there for the public to see. These rumors would continue to persist through the current pandemic. Even as recently as September, a top virologist and whistleblower with WHO, Li Mengyan, she's very important, told Fox News host Tucker Carlson, quote, "I work in the WHO reference lab, which is the top coronavirus lab in the world, in the University of Hong Kong. And the thing is, I get deeply into such investigation in secret from the early beginning of this outbreak. I had my intelligence because I also get my own unit network in China involved in the hospital. Also, I work with the top coronavirologist in the world," she said. Quote, "So together with my experience, I can tell you this is created in the lab. And also, it is spread to the world to make such damage." End quote. Li Meng, after all of this went down and she was a virologist with WHO, she ended up leaving China to move to America to tell them how this was all created by them. Like, she was like, I'm out of here, left China, came to America and said, holy shit.
Ooh.
Yeah. This stuff was man-made, and we made it. I made it. Like, Li Meng is not fucking around.
She knows.
Li Meng took a fucking canoe. She canoed across the ocean. She said,
alternate idea. She created the virus and everything. She defected from China. But what if the reason she did that wasn't to warn, like, the American people, but maybe she has one of those, like, God complexes that a lot of doctors have where they create problems so they can then solve them to make themselves look better.
Well, she did a real fucking bad job of that, didn't she? Yan claimed in interviews that she became more aware of the person-to-person transmission of COVID-19 in late December 2019, and that she attempted to communicate the risks to her superiors in late December 2019 or early January 2020. She alleges that the Chinese government and the World Health Organization knew about the person-to-person transmission of COVID-19 earlier than they reported or made public, and suppressed both her research and that of others. And keep in mind, she's in the WHO, the
Yeah.
WHO. So she's saying that she knew about it before the WHO said they did.
Okay.
She's saying they knew about it in 2019.
Yeah.
And they just didn't tell people.
Yeah, I mean, if you think your government's hiding something,
Yeah.
think about it. Global organization.
Yeah.
We don't know anything.
Nothing's to be trusted. Come May 14th, these rumors led to senior Trump administration officials starting to push American spy agencies to hunt for evidence to support this still unsubstantiated theory. Are you ready for him?
No.
Are you ready for him?
No.
Are you ready for
No.
him? It's about to pop up.
No.
The effort came as Trump escalated his public campaign to blame China for the pandemic. Trump was easily the most prominent person to back this rumor, as almost half of America came to vote him back into office for 4 more years in November. By some logic, this would mean that nearly half of America does believe that there is some merit to the somewhat outlandish belief. It's been a rough year.
What do you mean? What's been so rough about
I think
it?
it's unfortunate that our president believes that China created this to fuck us over.
Well, he's a racist asshat. I'm not surprised.
I just wish I could be surprised. That being said, while China may have lacked common knowledge in spreading news about the pandemic, scientists across the globe agree that simply bats were involved in infecting people in Wuhan, China, and are proved to have spread it at the Huanan seafood wholesale market, which was immediately shut down on knowledge. But at 27 cases, it was simply too late to avoid further damage. So I don't go into it enough, but this place, Huanan, whatever. This is like a shopping mall, like a sort of a market kind of thing, in Wuhan, and this is where all of them got it, like tracked it down to. They were like, this was the place they pinned it to. Yeah. Originally, but then they already had 21 cases by the end of this, and that had already like broken free.
Yeah.
That's what the scientists say.
I just had a thought.
What?
When you're like doing any sort of testing, especially with vaccines, like normally they inject it into like eggs, and then they use like, I think eggs, and they use that because it's similar enough to our whatever. But what if they were doing their animal testing on bats, and that's how it got out?
And then everyone at this mall's like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
These
Like these
fucking
bats just escaped.
Yeah. Worked them.
They had a hit list ready.
Yeah, these 21 people, and then we're gonna spread to the world, gang.
It's the B movie with this.
We
This
can't
literally
keep talking about the B movie.
the B movie.
I can't do this. Quote, all evidence so far points to the fact that the COVID-19 virus is naturally derived and not man-made, explains immunologist Nigel McMillan from the Menzies Health Institute, Queensland. I fucking look at him.
He looks like a little teddy bear.
I want to be surrounded by people like Nigel McMillan.
If you imagined a blanket and what a
Yeah.
human blanket,
Yeah.
like,
He is that.
I just want...
Yeah. You just want him around.
Yeah.
I just need him around. Nigel McMillan, I know you're watching, and we want you around.
Please.
You are invited on our drunk show,
Yes.
high show.
Yes.
We're not allowing anyone else on this bitch besides Nigel McMillan.
No. Mm-mm. I mean, Nigel, what a name. He's...
I think he might be God. Quote, if you were going to design it in a lab, the sequence changes make no sense, as all previous evidence would tell you it would make the virus worse. No system exists in the lab to make some of the changes found. End quote. Even as recently as last month, Shi Zhongli said that a new batch of tests proves that the coronavirus did not originate at her Wuhan virology lab. Shi Zhongli, being the director of the Wuhan Institute of Virology, who I brought up earlier, said that updated tests of blood samples taken 8 years ago from a group of miners who became ill after working in the bat caves in southwest China showed that none of them were infected with COVID-19, according to the South China Morning Post. Zhongli has come out in the past during this raging pandemic to say, quote, US President Trump claims that SARS-CoV-2 was leaked from our institute totally contradicts the facts. She added, quote, it jeopardizes and affects our academic work and personal life. He owes us an apology.
Get in line.
To conclude, here's a quote by Emily Rawala of the Washington Post. Quote, "It is not clear whether political sensitivities have shaped China's reporting on sick doctors." Oh my god, I hate that you reference these things, but I know she does, because I was thinking the same thing when I set this video up. She looks like a who. And
no offense.
Who?
Wait, did she work for who?
No.
Damn it!
Quote, "It is not clear whether political sensitivities have shaped China's reporting on sick doctors and other healthcare professionals. It is possible that the data gaps simply reflect the challenge of gathering information in the middle of a crisis, experts say," end quote. That being said, this investigation is still ongoing, and the conspiracy remains to be discussed while genuinely intoxicated. Here are our final thoughts. Kind of weird. There's a couple things in there that are like, wow, that's some substantial shit that they were hiding from the the world.
Yeah.
But then you're like, who cares?
Yeah.
I'm a little high, so I don't think I'm gonna get back to the matter at hand. You're not?
What? No.
Okay, alright. I've seen the B movie a few times.
Are you okay?
I'm an expert in the B movie.
That is not a thing to like, yeah, I'm an expert in the B movie. Like, no.
It's on my resume.
That's not.
Employers love it. We need to talk about something that matters.
Okay.
COVID's fake.
Yes. I mean, honestly, it's probably the U.S. blaming it on China in order to start a war so they can erase our debt with pretty much every country on this planet. Especially China. We own
China. Get fucked, China.
If anything, China owns us.
Yeah. I could see this being two things. I could see China saying, fuck America. And they're like, let's just do a little...
Fuck America,
let's
yeah.
just prank them a little bit.
I'm okay with that.
Hey, you, Joe. You got sick, right? Joe's like, yeah. Go to America, Joe.
just pop on over there.
America's ready for you.
Yeah.
Or, I think it was just some, small prank within the lab, and they're like, I wonder if we could make a, world-ending virus. I'm thinking,
what else do they have to
I'm
do?
thinking straight from, The Office, that kind of mockumentary thing where there's nothing going on in the office, and they're like, let's pull a prank on America.
Yeah.
Or let's pull a prank on, each other and see if we can,
Yeah, or, a competition of who can create the worst.
Who can create this? And then they're like, oh, shit. Where's Joe? Joe's walking around New York City.
He's in his canoeing to America.
I'm gonna give this to America. Yeah, and I don't blame Joe.
No.
I kind of hate it here.
Yeah.
If I was in China and I had the virus that could kill a good chunk of America,
I'd do it. Yeah.
Fuck y'all.
Yeah, honestly.
We're really wrecking on all of our demographic here. I know that no one from outside of America is ever gonna see these, so America, we love you here at Genuinely Intoxicated.
Coronavirus traveled here on a canoe.
Yeah.
With a murder hornet on top, as it's like on old
and
ships, they'd have the mermaid. They'd have the mermaid thing on the front, but on this canoe, it was a murder hornet instead.
Oh, they should make a B movie sequel directly about murder hornets.
Yes, and they still want to destroy the human race. I'm okay with that.
Yeah. We need to be done with this. Nope, it's recording. How are you feeling? Anything you'd like to tell the camera? The morning after?
Not in particular.
Some good lighting on you this morning.
Good.
Take a picture?
How are you doing this morning?
I think it's recording, right?
Yeah, it is.
I'm actually feeling pretty shitty. I did not sleep well, and it was hard to wake up. We got pretty fucking stoned last night. Alright, turn this dumb camera off.
I don't know how.
Alright. Goodbye, camera people.